never ask questions you don't want the answers to. Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever experienced something like when you asked for something, just sincerely, with a pure curiosity, and then you understood it on your own experience and you didn't like it? Have you ever had this experience? I did, unfortunately. I had it. So today I'm going to talk about this topic. And if you have already noticed, I'm trying to find some different angles because I'm not truly feel comfortable when I just sit, because I'm a very emotional person. I like to talk emotional. I like to use my gestures all the time. So today I've decided to stand and to share my stories and my ideas with you. So let's get started. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to share my experience, how I sincerely asked, how can it be? How is that possible? And on and on and on. And then I experienced this. But I asked for bad things. The answer is, I didn't want to know the answers to these questions, but unfortunately, I got them and I understood them because I experienced them. So that is why it's really, really important to be very careful with what you are asking for. It's better to say, how is it even possible to have a lot of money? Universe, show me that. Or how is it even possible to have a good shape, have good relationship, or live in abundance, something like that. I think these kind of questions, they are very good. But when you ask, how can it be that you can't earn money, or you earn money but you don't save them? How can it be to not exercise? How can it be not to follow a diet if you need to, or anything like that? Anything like that. And today, right now, I'm going to start sharing my own experience when I asked this question and I got answers in the shape of the experience. So, when I was a teenager, I was a very sporty girl. I loved doing sport all the time. I could wake up like early in the morning at 5 or 6 a.m. It was not really hard for me, and go running anywhere. It was not matter for me. Just the most important thing was just exercising to keep my body in shape, in a good shape, to keep my body healthy. And I remember I asked this question all the time when my classmates were not prepared for the PE classes. I asked them, come on, how could you not to be ready for PE classes? How is it possible not exercise? How is it possible not to take care about your own health? It's so important. And for me, it was incredibly not understandable in my head. I could not understand it. Like I could not put myself in their shoes. I couldn't imagine it in my head. And several years after, like maybe 10 years after, maybe 8 years after, I've become a person who stopped exercising, who stopped taking care about their health. I was one of those people who could run every single day, who could exercise every single day, who loved any kind of sports. But then I became the one who doesn't like any of it, because I'm just lying on my sofa and thinking, I need to exercise, I have ankylosing spondylitis, I have to exercise. This is really important for my health in order to be able to walk normally, to function normally when I get older, when I'm going to be an old woman. It's really, really important, essential for me. But I don't do this. I don't do this, and I'm still trying to bring back all of these intentions to exercise, all of these understandings that I had before, that I exercised every single week and several times a week. Now I'm working on it. I just asked one day, several, or not several times, I asked this question: how can it be not exercise? How can it be not to take care about your own health? And now the universe gave me this experience, gave me the answer how it can be. This is the first story. The second one, I think the most important. I am the person who loves money, who likes money, who can save money. And all the time I had money. All the time, since I was a child, all the time I had money. And I couldn't understand why my brother never has money. Papa gives us the equal amount of money. I keep, I save, I invest. He doesn't. He doesn't. And still, he doesn't. He didn't, he doesn't, and maybe he will never do this. And I all the time ask him, come on, brother, come on, bro. How is it even possible that you can't save money? It's so easy. How you can just maybe have a list of your wishes where you will spend your money on these kind of things or whatever. You know that you have right now, you have salary, you work, you have maybe some credits, loans, you pay for this, you take this amount of money for food, this amount of money for entertainment, this amount of money for bills. You just need to make it pretty clear, and then you will also have money to save them. And I asked, how is it possible not to save money? How is it possible to earn money and then don't have them? Don't have it. Now I know. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, the universe said, and it gave me this experience. Now I know how it is possible. I didn't ask for the experience. I just asked for the, this speech, or with this sane answer, when the answer that you just pronounce. But I didn't want to experience it. So the most important thing that I'm trying to tell you in this video, be really, really careful with those questions you don't want the answers to. Especially if you ask them sincerely, especially if your curiosity goes from inside, from your heart. And I was thinking about it, and this is just two stories that happened to me when I sincerely asked and was really curious how it can be, or how is that possible, and the God, universe, they just showed me how it can be and how is it possible. So then I started to kind of rewire my brain, and I've decided to look at these situation from another perspective, from another angle. And we can ask these questions, but maybe it's better to say something like, universe, God, let me experience how it is to live in abundance. Or, universe, let me experience how it is possible to have a lot of money, to have a lot of clients, or something like that. It's maybe we just need to be really curious about good things, about good ones. And if you are curious about negative ones, just be careful. Just be careful, because universe can give you this chance to experience your answer. I have no idea how it works, but it works. Somehow it works. It can be explained from a psychological point of view. Maybe it can be explained from the spiritual point of view, but it exists. It just exists, and that is why. Just be careful what you pronounce and what you are asking for. And if you ask for something, just make sure that you ask for something good and positive. I hope I delivered the main idea from my stories, and maybe I gave you some food for thought. And maybe if you have the same kind of experience in your life, please share. I would love to read it in the comments. So, see ya!